I used to make my friends laugh a lot. And I thought maybe I could do this on stage and see what happens in a room full of strangers. When I first performed stand-up comedy, I was really nervous. I promised my friends that I would do it, and it was in Los Angeles at a cafe known as Jump Cut Cafe, and it no longer is there, and it was in Studio City, and it was before I moved back to Colorado. It was like a couple days before I moved back to Colorado, and there was a bunch of musicians there, and I was the only comic. And usually it's like the other way around, like people move out to Los Angeles to be a comedian, and I went in reverse. And what I remember of that day was I signed up, and my friends who became brothers, Ben, Steven, and Mark, were in attendance, and so I couldn't let them down. So I went up there and I pretty much used Los Angeles as my map, and that helped me out a lot. And after my set, I remember the host asked me if I could do one more set, and I turned back into my alter ego like Tony Clifton does to like Andy Kaufman and vice versa. And I told him I didn't know where the superhero went. And the host was like, "So you're pulling an Andy Kaufman on me?" And I told him that that he left the building.
He is a kung fu superhero, where Peter Parker is a journalist, and Clark Kent, also a journalist. He is he's a hip hop journalist, and he's not Parker. He's darker. He's not Clark. He's dark. He's darker. He is a beautiful soul, and I think you guys are going to love the hell out of him. Give him up for his very first time doing stand-up. Dark already.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah.
I flew in from Sherman Oaks, and boy, is my cape tired. I'm not originally from LA. I'm from Colorado. I majored in journalism, and that's why I'm a journalist now. I cover all of Los Angeles and this music scene, not just hip hop. So is anybody else from outside of LA or out of state? Cool, very cool. And so right now I'm going to play the race card game. And everybody thinks I'm something else, other than what I actually am. So everyone just start out shouting, what ethnicity are you?
Filipino.
Very cool.
German.
Not any of those. Believe it or not, I'm Cambodian, and I actually speak the language. And my pickup line at all the bars or the nightclubs that I go to for the concerts are, if you've been my Angelina, I can promise you a Cambodian baby. Which all the time. So, yeah, I'm actually, being this is my first time, I'm a bit nervous, as you can see. This microphone's being wiggling around. It's like I'm a fluffer of this amplifier over here. Before I was a journalist, I didn't know how to get to places. And so I used my conscience as my compass, and now I know where the wheel turn is and the key club. As you can tell by my pants, I mark my spots. And so I ended up going on to Santa Monica Boulevard, and I wasn't familiar with the area at all. And so I go to this place called Millions of Milkshakes, and it was probably my favorite spot in the world. And I see like the Kim Kardashian milkshake and all these other celebrities have these milkshakes. And I decided to go with the Lindsay Lohan milkshake. And so I took a sip of it and I choked on a necklace. So I keep on going down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I pass Hamburger Mary's and say hello to everyone that sings and dances there on Friday nights, you know. And I wanted to go check out the movie scene, because LA is pretty big on the movie scene. And so I went to this place called Studs Theater, and I didn't know anything of it. And I thought, well, there's probably I love Philip Morris in there and Brokeback Mountain and stuff like that. So I go in there and it's $18. I'm like, yeah, that's the same price as a 4D or a 3D experience, but it ended up being a 4D experience for me. I didn't catch I Love Philip Morris or anything like that. It was actually just porn playing all the other places. I was like, oh my god, this place smells like a glory hole. And it was just really nasty. And sure enough, there were people that were making love there. And that's the best way to put it. And so I keep on going down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I pass this place called off Santa Monica and Sycamore called The Zone. And I'm thinking it's a pretty cool place, you know, pretty hip. It's another club. I'll go check it out. There's a band playing. And it ended up being a bathhouse, as to what people are familiar with around here. And it wasn't ladies' night at all, by any means. And it was really dark. It really was. And by the holes in the walls, I was thinking, man, this place has a really bad termite problem. And so I'm just like, oh my god, it's really dark in here. I need to call the cops. I'm gonna probably get carried away somewhere. And so while I was texting or calling 911, something pokes me in the back of the head, and I'm like, what the hell? And so I turned around, and it wasn't Cyclops, one of my colleagues, you know. It was the other one-eyed monster, and it freaked me out. And so I ended up taking the 101 down to Coldwater Canyon, and that's where I find myself here at the Jump Cut Cafe. And so I noticed all the cool musicians here, and I'm going to end it on this note. If you guys need any tips or tricks about any of the venues in LA, just let me know and I'll help you guys out. Free press, by the way, and I'll always put in a good word for you guys. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Dark Sucker. I was in the
Live on the Sunset Strip by Richard Pryor. I like his work. Run Tell Dat by Martin Lawrence and You So Crazy. I love those ones. My favorite record albums, They're All Gonna Laugh At You by Adam Sandler. I remember hearing those and The Jerky Boys and House of Buggin' with like John Leguizamo and In Living Color and Saturday Night Live. Those are my sketch. I grew up watching those. Let's see, my favorite TV shows, definitely Martin is right up there because he changed into so many characters. And I like that, and they're memorable. Chappelle's Show, of course, I forgot to mention that, and my favorite sketch shows. My favorite films are definitely people that have the same character that are played by the same person. Like, I enjoyed The Nutty Professor, the remake with Eddie Murphy, and the sequel. And I enjoyed Coming to America with Eddie Murphy as well, and those types of movies. Master of Disguise, definitely like that one. With Martin Short, I believe. Oh no, Dana Carvey, my fault. I would like to go on tour with like Andy Kaufman / Tony Clifton, and that would be a lot of fun. So I would pick my friends. In fact, my roast is actually on YouTube, and it's like an hour long. So I'll name those guys that roasted me, and my roast master. Charlie McMullen, John Brown, James Curtis, Mike Sword, and Bo John and Sean, Patrick Butkovich and Sean Beeman. And it's over 100 views, so it's not too bad. Hopefully touring, that'd be great. So I'm gonna plan that, I think in the summer, around July, August, and finish off at Fest 2017 in August. That's my goal. I'd like to probably try improv. I mean, I've done it before on film. That was a lot of fun. Well, Billy, my responsibility is to provide press for musicians, local to international, interview artists, comics, comedians, etc. I didn't know how much of an impact my words could cause, and it literally caused a cultural shift. I remember being in the front lines and writing and photographing, you know, and I used what I learned out in Los Angeles, and I applied it to my hometown, and Fest happened. You know, I asked 3 bands, 3 comedians to send me off to Florida, and my status update blew up on Facebook, and the power of words to uplift an entire city, the music scene, the comedy scene, was something that I wasn't prepared for, you know, and for everyone to come together every year to honor my alter ego Fest too is the power of the press, you know, and I listened somewhere where I said, like, you can destroy a man with, like, with journalism, and not motion pictures or something like that. It was on, like, the Citizen Kane special features, and I decided to build my fellow man up, my fellow women up too, you know, and build them up, and Fest was a result of that. And so, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, and if I would have known what an impact my words and my pictures could do, that end result, that's a tradition now, I would have probably done it a long time ago. Maybe Fest would be like 10 years old by now, but I was slacking around in college. So don't slack around in college, kids. And journalism can be a powerful thing. It can. And good or bad, but always choose to do good. And hopefully that answers your question, Billy, and thanks for sending in the question, and I hope that answers it.
You guys, your next comic. This is really exciting for me, and I'm going to use the fuck out of those drums in just a second. And I don't have to intro him. We're just going to use this guy right here. This is fucking happening. Here it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome to you, all the way from the slums of Shaolin, special uninvited guests came in through the back door. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dance with the Ranchers, no slim chances, chances, anthems, late beats, anthems.
I just flew in from Palm Coast, and boy is my cape tired.
This is gonna be great!
So I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. So can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Well, believe it or not, I left my wallet in the El Segundo. But no superhero can be a superhero without a superhero wallet, and I got my own for Wu Manchu. How cool is that? Case hit me one more time. So I don't want to start any beef between the East Coast and the West Coast, right? Because if you got beef, then bring the ruckus.
The motherfucker.
Thank you. So I got my East Coast jokes for my Biggie Smalls, and I got my West Coast joke, and this is how it goes. Do you think Dr. Dre has Netflix? And if so, does he Netflix and chill to the next episode? So DMX would ask me where my dog's at. I ate them because I'm an Asian superhero. So let's see. Superhero jokes. Are you guys fans of superheroes?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Supervillains.
So my face is all messed up because I trusted Cyclops to do LASIK surgery on me. Hit me one time, Casey. Oh yeah. So being Asian and Wolverine, he loves the Asian broads, as you can see in the movies. So he hooked up with an Asian lady, and with his claws and all, they opened up a nail salon. Hit me one time. Thanks, Casey. So Storm, she has a new job. She's a meteorologist now. Hit me one time, Casey. Thank you for your help. What else? Did you know Caitlyn Jenner tried to join the X-Men? It was crazy. And we told her, look, you don't have to try so hard. You're already an X-Men. Oh, man.
That one's a sleeper.
So Mystique and Beast and Nightcrawler are in the new Blue Man Group tribute band. Because they're all blue. Thank you. Thanks, Casey. Oh, man. So, I don't have Cream, unlike the Wu-Tang Clan. I have Dream. That means I got debt, rules, everything around me. Thank you. So, I learned to diversify my bonds by going to Wu-Tang Financial. Thank you. Have you guys ever wondered why, Wu-Tang should diversify their bonds as well? They should have Wu-Tang Forever stamps.
Yep.
And then another thing that you should diversify their bonds with is creamer. Am I right? Oh man. So I'm actually Cambodian, and I thought my parents escaped Cambodia because they were like, we're not spending another holiday in Cambodia or else we're going to be dead like the Kennedys. Am I right?
Fuck the Kennedys!
Yeah. Alright folks, that's my clean set tonight. Thank you so much for Casey Crawford, it's Nog, all you guys kick butt.
That was the most fun I've ever had here. Oh man, I feel set of the night, right?
I have that feeling that's unforgettable. And laugh at my silly superhero jokes and my music themed jokes as well. I want them to make it feel like theatrical and a performance art performance, something new, something fresh. Bring it back to that Andy Kaufman, Tony Clifton kind of vibe. This is the 100th comedy interview on cutie.com in the state of Florida. Thank you for checking it out. Also, check out the other interviews on there and all the content. It's bringing real journalism back. And by that I mean honest integrity and unbiased news.